No one fucking goes to Maya anymore.
When I was
You
working,
can buy all that shit for 40% off on Amazon.
when I was working,
Can I ask why you're going into Maya?
Oh, because I'm a weird cunt. I don't know.
Tradies and gentlewomen. Due to popular demand, fan favorite guest, the Mont, makes a return. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. How you lads doing?
Um,
How's your Christmas?
yeah, not bad, man.
top tier, really. Can't really go wrong with a bit of Christmas.
A slice of Christmas. Always good. Once a year.
Even helping no Christmas.
Just a little serving of Christmas.
Christmas in a can.
I mean, the episode never got released, so you don't really know what I'm talking about unless you keep up with the socials. But
Yeah,
Santa
that's
didn't
it.
visit me this year, which is nice.
Missed out.
Yeah.
Just in one of these hands.
Maybe he missed out. Again,
I don't have any socials. I don't-
Oh, you're missing out then.
I'm missing out on all of it.
Let's just say he didn't get none of these buns, son. I believe you got a hypothetical, Ned?
I do have a hypothetical. If you were a superhero / villain, but could only have superpowers that weren't already taken, what new superpower would you choose?
It's kind of hard to make that decision because, they're all taken. All the good superheroes.
So yeah, really the question is just what's an original superpower you can come up with?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just thinking bread, control bread, but like someone
Control bread.
with some dumb shit, like. Yeah, what's a
Uh,
new superpower, really?
Wheat
Because-
man.
The
Yeah.
wheat man. I mean,
I'm sure that's been done though. Like,
the bread man.
yeah, I mean, there's Banana Man. Why not? Like, I remember Banana Man.
There's Banana Man.
You don't remember? You never saw the show Banana Man?
I
I can't say I've seen Banana
definitely
Man
not
either.
seen the show Banana Man.
Very old, like weird cartoon. Like it was on when I was a kid. It was pretty popular.
I'd
Oh,
watch
the
Bread
tick.
Man.
I have heard of the tick.
Yeah, it was that kind of era superhero.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with mine being I'd be able to shit rockets. No, I bet no fucking superheroes doing that shit. I'll tell you that right fucking now. Just be able to
Like
shit
comfortably
rockets.
or
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I could see that. I mean, it's the most logical place for a rocket to come out of your body. I'd
Yeah.
rather it than my mouth.
Mm.
If it has to be out of an orifice, I'd probably choose my ass. Fucking if it, you had to fire a rocket out anywhere.
Relatively
What's your
fair.
other options? Ears, nostrils.
Yeah, that's it. I feel like it's got to be the best. And then you could do like drive-bys as well. You could do like a flyover, just drop it as you're flying
Are
over.
these heat-seeking missiles, or are
Could be.
they controlled like just into AI? Fucking your enemies, it just hits them because you're a superhero. So it's all bullshit anyway. So like,
I feel like controlled for sure. I'm a superhero. Yeah, you got to do whatever the fuck I want.
yeah.
So-
So you do whoever you want it to fuck up.
So you get a control bread. I get a
Correct.
shit rockets.
Oh no, I didn't want bread man. That's not my real one. Oh, that was just a hypothetical. That was just an example.
I liked bread man.
All right, bread man's not. What else can we do? Yeah, I'm not sure I can come up with anything better than bread man now. But I'm worried I've seen it somewhere. I'm worried that's fucking already exists.
Is there any supervillain that has a control of light?
A what?
Yes, in The Boys. The Starlight in The Boys movie. The Amazon one that's brutal as hell.
I know what it is, but I haven't seen
It's
it.
actually pretty good. I think you'd enjoy it. It's like a realistic world where it's superheroes in real world consequences for their actions. Like they're basically gods.
Shout out to Uncle Rain Man. He religiously tells me to watch that show.
Yes.
Always. Anytime I'm like, I need something to watch. He's like, watch The Boys. It's
Yeah.
the best.
I think you'll like it, bro. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not one of those fanboy, it's the best show ever, but it's pretty good.
I've heard good
I
things.
think it's made by the same guy who did Preacher. You ever saw that? Probably like that too if you haven't seen it. But it's based off
I
a graphic
haven't.
novel. And
Right.
I think they're both based off the same guy's graphic novels who does that. But Preacher's very good. I really like that. It's about vampires and devils and they killed God and the gods on earth. It's fucking great.
That was a show as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it's bad. Yeah, so it's based on the same guy's work, The Boys. It's like, kind of a political. Yeah, I like that. I'm promoting your shit.
Um,
If I don't see a check, I'll start telling everyone it's bad.
you heard him, Bezos. Give him.
I don't have any
money.
socials. So I don't even know. I mean, what's the opposite of an influencer?
Otherwise, the next rocket you're gonna fire into space is gonna have to come out of Griff's ass.
I mean, that's pretty brutal.
So I don't know if anybody can see in the frame there, but Mont, you got a bit of a splint on your hand.
Oh, yep.
Done
Yep.
yourself a bit of a fucking Christmas mischief, have you?
Yeah, I sure did. I'm a dickhead.
Tell us.
Answer
Tell us.
to this story.
Actually, before we get into that, Ned, what's your power? Did we get into that?
No, because obviously, like mine was taken. So
Man,
Were you
I'm
dead,
sorry.
man?
I saw your notes that you were scribbling down about bread superpowers.
Interesting. I don't know.
It's hard, eh?
Yeah. Control over something. I don't know. Have to get back to me with that one. I don't have an answer.
Hit us with your hand story.
Yeah.
The man with the power to answer any question. Just immediately have an answer. I guess that's just a bullshit artist. You know, a good pub talker. So I'm just saying.
Pub talker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what did you do to yourself?
Yeah, okay. So I got myself one of them 9-bot scooters,
Mhm.
little electric dogs. So yeah, you had a little go on it, eh? And yeah, I had a bike chain that I used to lock it up when I went in places. Secured it around the frame, which is about 6 inches from the front wheel. Got a bit lazy with wrapping it around and locking it up tight and secure. So I just was kind of looped a bit stupidly. And yeah, it caught around the front wheel, and I ate shit so fucking hard on the pavement.
How
It's
fast
9
were you
o'clock
going?
at night, about maybe 27, 28. They speed locked to 25, so once you go over 25 Ks, it slows you down.
Right.
But still fast enough that I smacked the fucking pavement pretty quick once that. It was just an instant lock of the front wheel. Just all I heard was the bell ring as it smacked the pavement, like ding. I was looking at the street light.
Oh,
Got up like, oh, got all my teeth. All right, that's good.
that's a good start.
Tooth check.
Mhm.
Okay.
That is a good
Yeah,
start.
got my face very wet from all the blood. Can still see it.
Oh yeah, you got a bit of a graze there, yeah.
Oh man. And yeah, fractured finger. I'm glad I hit arm first
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
face, not the other way around. Otherwise,
Oh,
I wouldn't be
face first.
fucking talking to you. Might
Yeah.
be in a very expensive wheelchair.
I was about to say, did you get KO'd or?
No, I just got up. One bastard was running on the other side of the street. It's about 9 o'clock at night. But you'd at least laugh if you weren't going to help. You'd at least go, ha! Nothing. Just no way you don't see someone smacking the ground.
Yeah, just knocking themselves out.
Anyway, yeah, just whatever. Yeah.
So
Just
some would
got up.
say,
When I went to get myself some bandages and shit after the incident, I looked like I'd been in the roughest fight ever because all my knuckles were bleeding.
Yeah.
I had a big cracked face with blood all running down it and stuff. Black eye. My eye was black as fuck for like a couple of weeks.
some would say that Mont gave himself Le Tour de France.
France being the pavement and mild concussion. Probably what
You
France is like. Fuck, I don't know. It seems a bit intense.
boys don't watch the Tour de France?
No,
Oh, well, yeah, I understand.
I know. Yeah, I know what it
Just
is.
constant black
They get
sacks.
fucked up.
Right, yeah.
Imagine.
Hard.
Yeah, I mean, they're sprinting as hard as they can on road bikes, like in a group.
I mean, I feel for you. It's like not ideal.
I was so angry for a sec, like looking around, because I ride skateboards and stuff forever.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't hit anything. Like, what the fuck is that? Then I just see my chain just wrapped tight as fuck around my wheel,
Oh,
like
fuck.
squeezing the tire. It was that tightly wound because it was just. So yeah, I just kind of yanked that out and got myself home on it. And
At
I'm
least
pretty.
it still worked.
Yeah. Oh, it was fine. That's a testament to it. I heard it clicking. And I'm going back. I'm like, oh no, I fucked something up on this thing because it flipped. Like it was going full speed.
Yeah.
It stopped instantly with a chain that was locked to the frame of the scooter. So it couldn't have been a quicker lock. Like it's like a safety brake, or the opposite of a danger brake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that was dumb. I'm getting a different kind of lock for it. That's once it goes around.
Do you know the name
But
of
yeah,
the
anyway, I heard a click. I was hearing a click. I was like, oh, fuck it, I gotta look it over. It was just that the cap had come slightly unscrewed on the wheel. Like
Yeah.
the air nozzle cap that was just touching the frame. I was like, oh boys.
That's not
I wrote it today, it's fine.
that's not bad considering, you nearly had, the equivalent of a 3-car pile up
Yeah.
on a fucking scooter, bro. Like,
Oh man, yeah, that was Yeah, that was pretty bad. There's a low brick wall, like a couple feet to the right. If I'd gone sideways into that, man.
Yeah, that could have been a different fucking
Could have been
story.
fucking R.I.P. Mont. You would have been up there with Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, what a
Just
dumb way to
fucking
die.
flying
Just
high,
like scooting down at 9 o'clock at night to get a vape or whatever.
Fucking gone
That's
too
it.
soon.
Yeah. Gone- Yeah.
I did want to touch on your thoughts. I feel like you'd be the best person to talk about this whole situation with. What's your thoughts on the AI situation at the moment? Like the AI making digital art, the AI making, solutions for problems. What's your thought on
Like you looked
that?
into this chat GPT
I
stuff.
was literally showing my brother Mid-Journey today. It's it's like DALL-E.
Okay.
Like that's probably a better version of it, but you need to be on Discord.
You know the things I sent you recently, the photo of the skull and
photo
the
that's on my
crazy,
screen right now.
Yeah, and the crazy tornado looking thing.
Yeah.
They were made on that.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
That
and
one's
as
really
far as
good.
I understand it, I guess it's going to be up to individual places that sell your stuff to ban the use of it. Because I know Etsy recently said they're banning any sale of AI art like for put on products and stuff, and
Yeah.
that with like the stock photo site. But then I think that's just waiting until someone can package it up in a neat enough way to sell it to them because it's
Yeah,
still all pretty early on. So as soon as you don't think Apple's got a fucking stable diffusion AI rig sitting in some warehouse with 1,000 people poking at it, like that's
100%.
ready to come out. Like
Yeah.
it'd be dumb not to. Same as Google. Like I mean, they're probably involved in them already. They probably fund a lot of this stuff. I don't know all the details of any of that, but
Do you think it's a dangerous thing? How powerful AI is already
I
getting?
mean, but yeah, I guess. But combustion engines are dangerous things, but they're pretty fucking cool. I wouldn't have driven here. It would have taken me hours to get here.
Like on a horseback or
it's-
something, no?
I'm not saying it's Luddite to not believe in AI, but I think
Yeah.
it's coming, and
Yeah.
hopefully it's done in a responsible way. But it won't be. But people already do enough damage. There's already
Yeah.
people literally in power right now wielding buttons and rooms of people they could just end the world with. Like in every major country. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, I mean, we don't have nukes, but if China bombed us with a nuke, they would get hit with a nuke
Whoa.
from America, presumably, or something. And then
I got some
so that's
stored up my butthole.
yeah, they're nuclear, man. You gotta
So I
have
mean,
to get yourself checked pretty frequently if you got nuclear bombs stored in you.
yeah, I do get myself checked, but not for my own good.
Oh, okay. For
Just
your
for the people
partners.
around me.
Yeah.
And,
I appreciate that. I got a Geiger counter somewhere.
Yeah, You don't want to bring that out right now, bro. I'm telling you. It's
It's a blow apart in my hand.
no good. It's no good.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I played around with DALL-E too, just like if nothing else right now, it's good for brainstorming stuff. If you just like
hard, yeah.
for anyone who's actually already is in the business, or whatever business.
Side note, I have my superpower.
Gotcha.
Understanding any language without being able to speak it, but that converts to any language, like fucking every language that
Alien
exists on planet Earth,
language.
alien languages, computer languages, anything. Like I can literally just explain it in
Okay.
English because I can't speak it, but I can understand anything that is a form of
universal.
language.
That's a very cool power, and I don't know of any specific superhero that has that. Like obviously there's.
I'm using that shit for evil.
Yeah, I mean, you use it for world domination. Just like go to the UN and just walk around and hear all the secrets. That's what I do. I just mingle around like where there's powerful people who are talking shit about each other who think the other side can't hear them.
But sorry to get you sidetracked. Yeah, have you played around with ChatGPT?
No, my sister was showing me that. It's pretty cool. She was like showing me, you write a poem about this, and it's just.
It's
so
interesting.
not-
It's
yeah, I mean, this is
very
all. It's all
interesting.
early stages, but I'm more interested to see when again, like Apple or like a major billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company
that has the resources to be able to throw into like a
Which-
major.
they're definitely all doing. Like, and again, it's like it's gonna happen because we know it can happen already, and they're already been working on it and throwing so much money at it. And
Because that's exactly the point. Like these operations are all being done by really small teams of people.
it's just people
Yeah.
realizing that automation is coming for all jobs. Like that's what people who've been worried about automation have been saying the whole time. They're like, yeah, they're coming for your jobs, and it's like, oh well, I'm an engineer, so that doesn't matter. Well, we designed an AI that can build a bridge in 10 seconds. You just go, but what's the best bridge from there to there? Bridge. There goes your fucking degree and your 20 years of working as an engineer writing up,
Yep.
blueprints. It's just them realizing, oh, it is actually come after everyone. Accountants used to be a very fucking lucrative
Yeah.
thing. And as recently as now, like it's already happened that they get paid a lot less than they used to because there's accounting software. You run a business, you can just enter all the stuff yourself or get a data clerk to do it.
Well,
Oh, even
you
the
can
last 2
enter
years, like-
anything into these fucking things. Like that one, that chat GP thing. Like you can ask it questions about other software and it'll start trying to give you solutions about that software and like.
Yeah, it's exactly that makes it's almost AI building AI, and that's
Bro, it's scary
that's a
as
self-improving AI, which is it's scary, but it could be awesome. Nukes are scary. Again, like just because it's scary, it's gonna be.
Speaking of nukes, sidebar, you came for that Oppenheimer movie. Have you seen trailers for that?
No, but I like that one speech by him when he talks about the Bhagavad Gita. I hope they do that in it.
I don't know what
I
that
am
is.
the
What is that?
destroyer of worlds.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah, that one. It's Cillian Murphy's going to be playing him. Who from Peaky Blinders?
I
the
actually
main
seen
guy?
the trailer for that this morning.
Okay, that's
It's got a pretty
I'm down
like
for that.
it's got like literally like it started rolling through the cast in the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then it got to like 10 people in and I was like, holy fuck, there's this many fucking people in it?
Yeah, bro. Okay, I'm down. That sounds good.
I'm definitely down on that for sure.
Speaking of movies and then like that kind of thing, have you like let's just sort of talk about your year in review because we're going to do it next week with Froome.
Mhm.
But considering you're here now, let's talk about your year in review, like what you've watched, what you've played, anything you've enjoyed.
I just recently watched Bronson, the movie. Have you seen that? It's got what's his name? Tom Hardy, whatever that guy is.
Oh yeah.
He plays the most violent prisoner in England.
Oh,
Yes,
true.
It's a story about a real guy. He called himself Charlie Bronson. That was like his prison
Yeah, I've
fighting
heard of
name.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I liked it. Yeah, I give it a watch.
I believe you started playing Elden Ring.
Yeah, I started replaying Elden Ring. I played it once before, and I was using the magic stuff, which is you just have a staff and you fire lightning bolts or like the general magic, and it just got a bit boring. But I'm just replaying it again with using swords, bit of close range melee combat, like a lot more involved, which is good.
I haven't played it yet, so that's more of a conversation for you two boys to have. But
Well, I'll just say if you like any kind of classic fantasy, like think I don't know Lord of the Rings or any of
Never
that
seen
kind of
it.
stuff. Never seen Lord of the Rings? Okay.
No.
Right, okay. This might not be the game for you, but I mean it's pretty violent. But there's better violent games out there.
yeah, I mean, I've seen people stream it and shit, and it looked.
The
looks
art
good.
design's incredible. Like but it's all classic fantasy stuff. It's dragons and knights on horses, but they're evil demonic knight or whatever. Like and then it levels up in the insanity, and the scale of the enemies you fight is very cool. They tower over you like buildings, and you're supposed to
right.
goddamn hell, I'm going to kill this thing. It's like
Yeah.
it's like 700 times my size. I got a little sword.
How far in did you make it?
Well, in this rerun, I've just got back up to the academy, the lakes, and I'm fighting that Radagon wolf dog guy.
Yep.
Like, he's a bitch. It's just so it was easy with the magic stuff. I just stun lock him in a corner. But again, that's just a bit boring. But yeah, again, the way I play those games is mostly looking for drip, just looking for sick helmets and cool armor,
especially
and
in
stuff.
Elden Ring, because there's just there's so many corridors and fucking secret doors and fucking different dungeons and shit to explore.
Which being again
Any
using a
fucking game.
strength build instead of a magic build, I have a lot more strength, so I can actually wear armor. When you use magic, you're such a low strength, like you can't really wear anything.
Yeah,
You're not dumping it into endurance; it all goes into magic.
exactly. Yeah, you got to split your points evenly between everything.
You don't have to roll
feel
as
like
much.
it's
Like you
an,
just you're in the room. Boom, boom, boom.
I feel like it's an important fact to any game that you play. Like one of the first things that you do is like get your character to just fucking looking fly.
Yeah, there's some very good character customization in it. Like
Yeah.
and it's cool.
So-
It's very cool like outfits, and that's all I love doing.
About it.
Something I forgot to mention on the episode that we did the other day that obviously won't be released, but you'll see clips from. Sifu came out this year.
Oh, I
Sifu.
played the hell out of Sifu. That is a hectic game. If you like classic kung fu movie kind of stuff, like there's literally stuff in the game from classic kung fu movies. Like there's like little referential things like this that goes into the sideways hall. The hallway from what's that movie? He kills all the guys in the elevator with a hammer.
I don't know what the movie is, but I know the scene, like the bit that you're talking about from the game.
Old Boy. I think it's from Old Boy.
Okay.
That's a good movie if you haven't seen it. It's fucked up as hell, like for an old movie. Like it's pretty grim story, but yeah, it's good.
Can't say I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
No surprise.
I mean, and that's not really a surprise. Not many people have. Like,
No.
it's not
I
a
probably
super
wouldn't have
popular
talked to you
movie, but I
about
guess.
Sifu, yeah, it was a kung fu game, but it was like a really, like once again, like a really fucking punishing system that was built into it kind of thing. So you'd have the, how did it work? So you have your age, like you're a certain age kind of thing. You start the age of 25, and then the more that you die, your like age goes up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
your like damage resistance goes down, but your power goes up.
Yeah, so
And then
by
I
the
think
end, you're
it's-
just a wizened old kung fu expert, like who's made of glass but can take people out in 2 hits. You know, like it's a cool concept because it's just makes you feel hurt by every time you die. Like, and you can always restart again from the start. It's not like because there's 5 levels or so, maybe 6. 5 levels, yeah, and you progress through each level, and if you finish that level at that age, you can always start the next level again.
Yeah, right.
So if you get through you start at 20, if you get through at 25, you can always start the next level again at 25.
Yeah, gotcha.
Or you can go back again and lower your age. So once you get better at the game, you kind of do another run through, and you find shortcuts. There is little Easter eggs. There's reasons to go through the maps consistently, but it's cool. Like art design, like it's very slick. I don't know, but no, very little heads-up display. It's just like it's cinematic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
which is good. Games like that are dope, like cinematic kind of games.
Yeah,
Immersion. Metal Gear Solid was a lot like that.
Yeah.
Real cinematic and
yeah. I loved the only one I played of that was 5, the Metal Gear Solid 5, but that was a cool game.
Ooh, yeah, you missed out, bro. You missed out. I played all. My favorite was 3. I feel Snake Eater. That was a really fucking good game.
But no, I liked the Death Stranding. I mean, speaking of Kojima,
Never got around to that, but they're releasing a number 2. Did you say
it
that?
was again weird game. The plot is just so nuts. It's just unbelievably hard to follow. Like,
Yeah, even I've listened to like 2 or 3 reviews on it that like explain what it is, and I still don't understand what it is, and I don't really care to be honest. Did you play God of War?
No, I haven't played that yet.
I'm gonna get around to that in the next couple of weeks, but
haven't played
it's
it
one of
either.
those things. It's like I almost just want to wait until I get a PS5.
I want the PSVR 2 to come out. Can you already buy that, or is it
I
pre-order?
believe
still?
you can pre-order it.
I mean,
It's
I don't want to
expensive,
pre-order
man.
anything though. I'll just hope the scalpers don't get into it. You know, like
what are we talking about right now?
the new VR for the PlayStation 5.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
large upgrade. 'Cause I mean, I bought my one old. Mine's covered in dust now. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I loved it. It's so good. It's just it's old now. Like
Yeah, outdated.
yeah. But so I can't wait for. And it's just one plug now. You have to set up this whole exterior box to go in and like special port with an adapter now for my PlayStation 5 that I had to
Right.
wait 6 months to get after my PlayStation came.
Yeah,
Just like I couldn't use it. But yeah, I can't wait for this new set. It's got proper controllers with like actual thumbsticks on it and stuff.
Yeah.
You can move around.
that's mad.
I'm
You'll be
hoping
able
I
to
can
play that
still
on-
use my gun because I got the PSVR aim. You know, the one that's got the thumbstick on the back. It's
Yes, those look cool.
that actually was a massive step up in like how smooth you could play a game because you can physically look and control your feet with your
Yeah.
thumbstick, and then fire and grenade and all the other buttons are just on the gun.
That's fucking dope. I haven't really played VR, but I have looked into like the whole. There's people doing funny shit with it on YouTube and shit like streamers.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit looks so fucking
It is-
entertaining.
It's a lot more immersive than it looks like if you just watch it on screen. Like
Yeah,
Even when I remember back when they first were talking about Oculus, one of my mate he was getting one of the dev kits, like the ones they sent to gamers, the very first Oculus ever to come out for like making games on it. And it was low res as hell. It was a big boxy, crazy version of the Oculus, and just had like a demo. All he had for it was this demo, and it was like just you're in a room. It was just like must have been 480p, and I still smacked the wall with my hand. Just like, holy shit, bro! Like I'm not in this world. Like
I am not here.
Yeah, and so
Wow.
I've transcended to another
just even my
plane.
old PlayStation VR is 1,000 times better than that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in for any cool VR. I don't know. I mean, there already exist ones that cost like $8,000.
Well, like you were talking about
extremely
last
high
time,
tech.
like something like No Man's Sky would be fucking dope in it because there's not a whole lot going on, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So it's not like you're
busy.
constantly having to, like it wouldn't be like a first person shooter. Like that'd be too hard to deal with. But
Yeah,
like,
the best you've seen
you could-
your ship, and you just
you could play No Man's Sky in first person. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Just pulling into a new galaxy and fucking seeing like, oh, that planet over there looks cool, and just flying down and jumping off. Man, like, holy shit, there's giant sandworms and there's fucking this and there's that.
that would be dope. That would be dope. I've got to try VR 100%. I want to play that Beat Saber game. That shit looks fun as fuck.
It's good workout. It looks like it's
Oh,
like,
right,
Dance
100%.
Dance Revolution, like the new equivalent of that.
Yeah, bro, fuck shadowboxing if you can just get that Beat Saber game.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's
Fair enough,
shadowboxing
coordination,
on fucking
yeah.
steroids.
I mean, there's
Fuck,
probably
man.
literally shadow boxing games like too that you can. There's probably decent boxing games.
I think you can,
because there's
yeah.
always
There's
been
like
VR
the-
boxing games.
Did you play Dying Light 2?
No, I played the first one, but yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
Right,
play
right.
The second one.
Because once again, that's another thing we spoke about on the episode the other day that was kind of like the audio is fucked, so we can't really release it. But like,
Ned turned into a robot. It was super fucking scary.
real weird.
Ned turned into a robot.
Or has
for
he
like
been
an
a
hour and
robot
half.
this whole time?
Ned 2.0.
Has he been a robot this whole time?
Show me your bones. I guess see the bones. That counts.
Just look at your
He's
bones.
smiling.
Oh Jesus!
Just to look at him.
But I guess they could be porcelain teeth. Would robots have porcelain teeth? They could have metal teeth. It'd be too obvious.
I don't know.
This is why I love having him here.
It's the best. 100% the best.
Would robots have porcelain teeth? That's a
don't know.
fucking interesting question.
I guess you could enamel coat metal. Like paint, you would get enamel for paint. It's not poisonous to a robot, so you could spray paint something.
But why would they need teeth?
But to disguise themselves. most.
Okay, you're talking. Yeah, all right. I get what you
I'm
mean.
assuming
They're
there's
trying to be
robots.
Among
If we
Us.
can't see them around them, they must be the people. And anyway, I was watching those Boston Dynamics. Have you seen that did some dumb new video and it got me watching that old one of the Atlas. But it's like a humanoid robot.
Oh yeah, I've seen
It
those
does
things.
parkour, literally backflips and like runs around. It's a much more agile and effective worker than me.
Dude, it's
So-
fucking creepy. Hey,
If you times what you pay a person over, I don't know, 10 years working for them, you could pretty easily buy one of them and replace them. You know, like I'm assuming.
yeah.
You know, maybe not with maintenance costs at this point.
I don't
But
like
again,
that
give it a few years. I'm more worried about that than AI making cool paintings. You know, like that's because that's my job specifically. But I guess everyone's job's going. Again, we're all going to be working with AI. But the good part about that is, as far as I understand it, all the economists say that they basically have to do the universal basic wages or whatever that is. You know,
Yeah, it's
the
everyone, like-
universal basic income. Because if
Yeah.
no one has a job, no one can buy your shit.
Yeah.
You might have all the money in the world, Bezos. But that means we don't have any.
But
So if you wanted to buy it,
concept-
just give us, I don't know, $1,000 a month. Whatever, you got $1 trillion.
conceptually, right? If no one has a job, doesn't that then therefore make everything cheaper? Because the reason that everything is
because they'll outcompete
expensive
itself.
because people earn so much money.
Well, and because the way that will happen is anyone who doesn't automate their factory, the people who do automate it will just start charging half for everything, or a quarter. Like they can charge basically nothing because they don't have to pay workers. Again, if they have enough startup capital, if you're a huge hedge fund with
Exactly.
billions of dollars, you can just throw money at a factory for a bit and it will be very, very profitable, even if you're just charging just above cost. And no one else can do that because again, they have to pay workers. So,
Well, it's like it's
so
Amazon.
it'll just
Like,
that,
Amazon have
yeah.
robots all through their warehouses,
and that's why
shit like
Amazon's
that.
cheaper.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
why
it's
there's
like
like
Amazon's
5
cheap as fuck.
massive, those huge aircraft hangar-sized buildings all over every state. Like the dispatch centers, whatever those are. They build them train stations up to them, like ship their workers in.
It's ridiculous.
Amazon's not that big in Australia though, really. Hey, like not as big as like
I mean,
compared to America.
Of course,
Not
but
really.
It's
Like,
pretty big. Though.
Yeah,
It's
definitely not as
happening.
big as it is in America, but it's still like.
You go into Maya recently? Maya looks like a third world country. It looks like a bomb went off. Like half the lights are off. There's like one staff person every 2 floors. No one fucking goes to Maya anymore.
When I was
You
working,
can buy all that shit for 40% off on Amazon.
when I was working,
Can I ask why you're going into Maya?
Oh, because I'm a weird cunt. I don't know. I like spooky, weird shit.
That's the fucking.
I went to New Year's on the lockdown when they weren't allowing anyone to watch the fireworks just to see how weird it was. Like literally 80% of the people I saw were cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So
fuck it.
I like that shit.
Wait, why did you go?
I want to see how weird it fucking be. And I was satisfied with the level of weirdness. I almost got arrested for no reason.
You're satisfied with how weird things were. It's tempting. It's tempting. Fucking middle of summer here in Australia, so we're cooking up a storm. We're gonna.
Fucking warm. You wearing a beanie, you dickhead.
Don't you ever tell me what I'm doing?
Have you ever seen people who
Don't you ever tell me what
they
I'm
wear
doing.
all sorts of cloth?
You tell me I'm wearing a beanie
You
again.
know, it's scientifically proven that beanies keep your head cooler than no beanie.
No, it's
Yeah,
scientifically
that's why
proven.
every Olympic runner wears a beanie.
Right? Yeah.
And they run. So they
What's
don't have
that?
heat.
What's that, dude? Usain Bolt? Have you ever seen him? He
Yeah,
rocks
what do you
beanies all the
mean?
time,
I
bro.
don't know why, but the way that you said that was so convincing that I was just like,
I don't know.
I just for some reason had a picture of every Olympic
runner
runner,
just
just Usain Bolt just running with a beanie on, just
Yeah.
all his mates just with beanies.
Just like getting the gold medal, beanie still on.
Tips his meaty to the crowd.
As the great Blackjack would say, back like we never left, Ned.
Like we never left. Shout out to Blackjack if you're watching. Love you, homie.
Jack Black?
Got to have you on soon.
Do you mean Jack Black?
No. We mean Blackjack.
No, he's,
I mean,
like
also
that.
shout out to Jack Black.
Yeah, shout out Jack Black.
Jack Black and Blackjack.
It's all the Jack.
School of Rock is a classic movie.
That's
One of the
good movie.
best. One of the best.
So I want to like talk about something that's sort of been a big theme that I've noticed this year: accountability.
Yeah.
We singled on me now. I heard that click.
Probably I singled on you, then I singled on me, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't say that, and then I just clicked back to you.
I assume
mean,
the camera
yeah, like-
was just
like,
dead center on me.
It's
the whole
a,
time.
it's once again, it's
No.
one of those things. It's
No,
a touchy
Jake.
subject for especially me and you because like we've been talking about it consistently, and it's hard to like sit there and not bring personal things into it while talking about it. But it's just the whole, like, yeah, as much as I can talk about it without being personal, like people just don't. I don't know, and it's even something like I've realized about myself that I've needed to start doing and have started doing, like trying to like realize the root cause of like my problems and what's actually like making me angry, as opposed to what I'm taking my anger out on.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
it's like accountability, and then self-awareness.
So you're talking about
Self-awareness.
accountability to yourself.
Just
Because
accountability.
I'm thinking about as a concept.
No.
accountability,
We
I
are
was
talking about accountability as a concept, just because like I am talking about myself referentially now, but I am talking about accountability as a concept in the sense that like a lot of people don't understand it or like to take part in it.
I mean, I guess.
Like I explained to you before, without
yeah.
getting things too personally, my situation that I'm currently going through is a situation of somebody not taking accountability
Yeah.
for their personal situation and relying on somebody
Right.
else.
Right.
Aaron.
Right. So
Fucking right.
self-reliance, kind of accountability. Being
Oh, don't worry, we'll
responsible.
talk about it after this.
Okay. So you're being responsible and like being
Yes.
accountable to the people around you. Yeah. So I guess-
Exactly.
I mean,
Accountable for your own
yeah.
actions and responsibilities.
yeah. I mean, people are only going to go so far as they're made to. I think if you're talking about people as a whole.
Yeah.
To talk about the whole spectrum of people. I mean, and historically speaking, probably people are more accountable than they were 200 years ago. You could just stab a guy, and just what There's no, so if we're just talking about consequences for actions, like social media, some people put themselves in big holes by putting all their information up, and then that bites them in the ass, like somewhere. So
Well, even on
there's more consequence-based accountability, but I know people if you just meet people not giving a fuck.
That's an
just doing
interesting
whatever they
point.
want.
Even on the smallest scale, like we posted a TikTok video, I think it was like a week ago or something, from a podcast that we did 2 weeks ago talking about mental health. Go and watch it if you did. We went pretty deep for fucking something that we don't usually do. But the TikTok actually got a lot of engagement, but it was a lot of negative engagement. And you know, like looking back at the point, it's like I can understand why people have a problem with it, but a lot of people that were commenting kind of instantly proved the point. The point was the fact that like we as sort of like white males can't really say anything without being attacked. And then I posted that video and instantly we were attacked.
Mm.
So like in a stupid way, it kind of proves my point.
Well, I think the internet's
Everyone's
just
entitled to their
cesspool,
opinion.
and everyone gets attacked if anyone presents any kind of opinion, because
That's it.
everyone can see both sides. There's both sides of any arguing. Obviously they're trying to stop that with algorithms, which is a whole other damaging thing itself. But it's not about anything like that. It's just anything you say on the internet. There's going to be people who disagree with you, and that's just how it works. You're putting yourself out to the massive connected thing that is the internet to millions of people potentially, if it gets picked up by from whatever your perspective is, the right or the wrong people. So that's just going to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's kind of random too, again, because of the algorithm. That's not a fully perfected beast yet. So you might get picked up by any vein of people. It's just where it flows through, and they get some engagement out of it because they hate it or love it.
And every single one works differently for different demographics and different
So I think everyone's attacked on the internet because the internet's fucked. Go on a Call of Duty server and see if you can give an opinion a genuine, like, personal, heartfelt opinion on anything. Go ahead.
Oh, bro,
See
you're
how
gonna
quickly
get
you get called a
shit
whole
on.
host of slurs.
instantly.
You're gonna get called every name under the
So,
sun.
you know, whatever.
All of
The
them.
internet's fucked.
Bro, you can go on Call of Duty and just be like, I'm having a pretty bad day, hey, and someone in the background be like, kill yourself.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
So yeah, well, I don't know what the point of it. You know, like that's everyone's attacked on the internet because it's a horrible place. But you can make you rich. So
At the same point in
I
time,
feel like the internet just has no accountability either. Like, you can say whatever the fuck you like on the internet and what the fuck's going to happen.
there is
At the end of
there
it.
is zero repercussions.
well, if you make
for
enough
anything that
money,
happens.
there's it doesn't give you accountability. I mean, there's specific examples like Alex Jones. How much fucking money does he owe for saying
Oh,
he's a
dude,
Yeah.
like,
Like,
he's gonna be
that,
paying that for the rest of his life.
The fact that there's at least thousands and thousands of people exactly like Alex Jones out there. He's just the most popular. It's like, is this a sweeping motion to cut that out of the site, or are the other ones just generating you a lot of money? And he got too hot in the news about, Alex Jones, whatever he is, his whole thing was engagement. I don't think I believed a word he fucking said ever.
No,
It's just
God.
whatever will make him the most money, and I find him hilarious.
I
Like,
thought
as
he
a
was
meme, if you
Funny as fuck.
have you seen Vic Berger? Ever heard of Vic Berger?
Is that the guy that cuts hair?
No. No. Who's that? I'm more interested in that. Who's the burger guy who cuts hair?
No, his name's Vic. He's on
Oh, true.
TikTok. You'd know him, I feel like. He's like a
One of those
smaller
traveling
dude.
barber dudes.
tatted up. Yeah, and he just does like haircuts on the side of the road.
Yeah, I've seen him.
But he
You're
just
talking
like
about.
tells
Yeah,
mad stories.
Vic Berger is just as like an editor guy on YouTube. You would just get actual content and edit it together. He's
Oh, no,
just
yeah. Definitely a
good
different
ways,
guy.
but very, I don't know. These ones are nuanced and hilarious. He did a good Alex Jones one. It's like that. He's funny as a meme. There's plenty of hilarious things. Turn the frogs gay and all that. Just the crazy shit. But he knows it's crazy.
Oh, I think I heard
It sells
some of
his
the videos
supplements.
you're talking about. Yeah,
But he does a great one on Jim Bakker, who's this televangelist preacher who makes all the money and has jets and stuff, but he got done for tax fraud. And then he got back out of jail and he's back preaching and stuff. And it's just his videos, him slinging like the world's gonna end, so get this bucket of food, like prepared, dry packed camp food and stuff, like slinging that in his church. But yeah, it's excellent editing. Check out Vic Berger. And now he works for Tim Heidecker. Tim and Eric.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
so he's on his podcast. Like, he's his sound guy in the background. So
Okay.
he's doing stuff.
And while you're fucking
He's
at it,
hilarious.
searching Vic's, search out other Vic on TikTok as well. He does mad haircuts and he just brings good topics out of people. So just fucking get your Vic on.
Yeah, so Vic haircut.
And while you're at it, get some fucking Vic's vapor rub and rub it on your own chest. Fucking make a night out of it.
Refreshing.
And then go outside
Refreshing.
and mow your lawn with a
How
with
much-
a Victor mower.
How much vapor rub could you put on yourself before you reckon you'd like be poisoned? Like what kind of surface area? Are we talking your whole body? Because it's definitely gonna kill you at some point. Like, you can't bathe in vapor rub.
So you mean like you're gonna like fill a bathtub with it?
Well, that could be more efficient than that. I'm thinking
think
just get some rags and slather
Okay,
myself
you're just
down.
like
with
Die
a
on
thick-
impact.
That's what I mean. Because you'd feel really high. Imagine it'd feel crazy.
Oh, to make your head. You'd
I think
have
if you
It's probably
feel
better than
the worst
heroin,
I think
but
if
it
you
might
feel
kill you quicker.
I think if you filled a tub with Vicks vapor, you like
What if you wear a
one-
space helmet?
it's like
There's
this
no
is
vapor.
this is a real Kurt Cobain shit of like he had too much heroin in his system to put a bullet through his head, in the sense of like there was way too much Vicks vapor rub in the bath for him to actually make it from the door all the way to the
did this to
bathtub.
him.
Yeah.
Some- we're
Dude, like
looking
you
for the
walk in
vapor
and you
killer.
just instantly just
Oh, bro, yeah, you pass out.
Oh man,
Horrible
yeah,
time.
vapor rubbed out.
you put
Um,
that shit on like your chest and neck and you get a fucking head spin from it. Like
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3 bottles.
you reckon 3
Like
bottles of it
3
you could
decent
withstand.
sized tubs.
You'd
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
give you
yeah.
like some crazy fever or something. I don't know.
Oh,
It'd
bro,
be
yeah, it's
interesting.
not doing good things.
End
to
up
you.
on that guy who says like he talks about how people died in crazy scenarios. That YouTube guy.
You'll end up fucking
well, there's a
talking
book
like
about
Alex
it I
Jones
used
by
to
the
have
end
as
of
a
the fucking
kid.
day.
It's called the Darwin Awards.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
and it's it's literally just I might give it to
Dumb
you 'cause
way
you'd actually
people
really
have
enjoy it. It's
died.
literally only like 2 or 3 page stories, but it's just a story, like stories about how people have just
That's
killed
the best, Ned,
themselves in the
because-
stupidest way.
and it gives the
I can't
exact
read.
name.
Is it a picture book?
Second.
Is it a picture
It's
book?
pop
No.
up. It's pop up.
I learned to read at Floyd Mayweather's school.
You could read 5 pages of a Harry Potter book.
But I'm not. Yeah, I'm definitely keen on that for sure. For shizzle.
But yeah, back onto the whole like accountability thing. Like even like you mentioned Alex Jones. Like for instance, he's taking accountability for it now,
Mm.
but only because
No,
he
he's
was
not.
like
I mean, he's being made. He's having
He's
the money.
being forced financially to
Yeah,
take
okay, sorry, I didn't
accountability
mean to
for it. Is
jump
my
on you.
point. Like
Yeah, I
he
didn't
was
mean to
like
jump
forced by a court of law, and that's like people are just like not capable of like doing like self inflection and stuff. Like I was saying, it's fucking hard to talk about this without talking about like personal situation and then not mentioning people kind of thing.
No, let's talk about it, man.
Okay, well,
What are they gonna do?
How about this? If Kanye will be the measuring rod for this, because he has got, if accountability exists in the current world, there's a big old heap and helping of it coming at him, talking about how much he loves Hitler. Speaking of Alex Jones,
Dude.
So that will tell us. I mean, obviously
it's
Epstein or who was on Epstein's list.
You
There's
gotta do a
no
fucking-
accountability at some level, but
You got to do a real hard job to go on Alex Jones's podcast and look like the crazy guy on the panel.
he tried to
yeah,
give
it's
him a way out.
rough.
He's like, "You mean you liked the outfits because they were made by whatever Tommy who made the outfits for Hitler?
Tommy Hilfiger or
Tommy
something like
Hilfiger?
that.
Yeah. He's like,
Or
he's
Ralph
like,
Lauren.
no, there's a lot of things I love about it.
Yeah.
I mean, fucked up, but like, let's see if there's accountability because he might end up vice president. Who
Isn't
knows?
that the shirt you're wearing
Yeah.
yesterday, Ned?
Hmm?
Isn't that the kind of shirt you're wearing yesterday?
What do you mean?
Tommy Hilfiger?
I
No,
thought
it
you
was
meant
that was a
Kanye-
Sherman.
Kanye shirt.
Okay.
A Hitler shirt. You wear one of them full SS outfits.
I did
That's the
use
shirt you wore yesterday?
I did
The
use it.
little S's and this little skull. fucking thing.
But funnily enough, I used to have a Hilfiger polo and I got rid of it, but I was looking for it yesterday. I was like, oh, I want to wear that one. And I was like, oh, I got rid of it.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. The Nazis built the Volkswagen thing. Hitler designed the Volkswagen logo.
Yeah.
The Olympic torch started in the Berlin Olympics under Hitler. The torch, that tradition, running around with. We still do it.
Yeah, I was about to say,
So, like,
we
why
want to talk about
people think
accountability.
people remove the art from the artist in the weird concept there. But I mean, some of it makes sense. Like NASA, America wouldn't have got to the moon without the Nazi scientists who built the V2 rockets.
Well, like
Like the paperclip program, all that.
You
crazy
heard it
stuff.
here first, ladies and gentlemen. You should start thanking Nazis.
If you love the moon, I don't know.
Oh, Jesus
Specific
Christ.
Nazis. But, I mean, that one of those popes was in Hitler Youth, Ratzinger or whatever. Because you were in Germany in that time. If you weren't, it wasn't the Boy Scouts. It's like, no, you will join Hitler. Like,
It kind of feels like you're typing random things into an AI and it's just spitting information at you. Like,
maybe I'm the robot this whole time. That's why I've been throwing off the
my
scent.
I
I'm gonna
did say
take your
that.
teeth. Are they made of porcelain?
I did say that years ago. So you guys sure Mont's human? I don't know.
Oh my god! But
no.
you made an interesting point there that I want to pick up on, like, and especially like because you were talking about Kanye removing art from the artist. Like, he is a fuckhead, 100%. He's
also
still a musical genius.
genius.
I mean, I've heard Michael Jackson playing at Big W. Like, he was more or less proved to be a pedophile. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sure Bill Cosby books still exist in some form. You know, like.
I bet yeah.
It's
I
not
not you can still
promoted
find
as
his show
heavily,
on the
but-
fucking
'cause he didn't have a
TV.
big
He's
audience
he's
anyway.
out of prison now.
Well,
I'm
he's
sure
not
that-
Michael Jackson. He had
I'm-
some shitty books and some old
I'm
movies.
positive that he's doing like speaking tours and talking about shit. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that he's not doing that and making money from his story.
Bill Cosby.
So exactly, like, where does the line?
It's a fucked up story to tell. Well, slipped a little something in a drink. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Oh,
What the
you
fuck?
see.
But, I mean, I guess there's the ultimate accountability if you go too far. Like Epstein, he got suicided in jail. 'Cause some accountability was coming at the wrong people. So
But
obviously
this-
there is some people in the world who the accountability does not exist. If we're just talking as a global concept.
This is something that we talked about in the, well, it was an episode last week that we did in the Eggplant podcast about how the internet is just like, it's too big of a place. Like, everything just disappears now.
Yeah, I mean there's more stuff than ever.
Like,
which is
how long
How
did-
you hide a leaf? You hide it in the forest. You know, like, so even if you're not trying to hide something, you're digging it. Yeah, you can't find. You will find. I guess that's why algorithms exist. They're trying to mine your way to the pocket of the internet that you like.
Yeah.
That's why every major thing uses them, like YouTube, Google, all this stuff. Like Google is YouTube, but it's done like they're all one company now, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Apple has AI stuff, and yeah, I don't know. It's all crazy. Which is just gonna be either the end of everything or the start of a ton of good stuff.
Well, I mean,
I
you have
wouldn't
like
put my money on the second.
you have like one of the most craziest billionaires in the world now like in control of one of the most popular social medias in the world.
Oh, that's so hilarious. All that,
Dude, it's so
Elon's
fucking
such a
crazy.
dickhead. Just bought Twitter to, like, I don't know. I don't like as a meme just
Did
to
you see-
get. And he doesn't. Who cares about $40 billion when you've got that much money?
Did you see his poll the other day?
That he lost.
Yeah.
That he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go with that. Is he just going to fuck off now? Or
I
is
mean,
he still just going to be
and
a
then he
part
was
of it?
Stick to
tweeting-
building rockets.
And
They
then he
seem
was
pretty
tweeting
cool.
back and forth with Mr. Beast because he was like, "Oh, who should I give it up to?" And Mr. Beast was like, "Oh, I'll do it."
Yeah, but I mean, it
Mr. Beast
basically
would probably
doesn't
be class.
exist now as an actual like reliable social media because the blue check thing was their entire. This is how you know it's the actual person you're looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
The second that didn't exist anymore, or just because he fired everyone, I assume, in the department who's supposed to verify people. So he's just like,
Oh, you
we'll
mean-
just sell them?
Exactly around the time that we bothered to make a Twitter.
yeah, man. Twitter's dead. I don't know. It's hilarious.
Fuck you doing,
It's a-
Dennis?
it's
Stop
a-
popping up everywhere.
You want
It's the Hindenburg. It's like they filled a giant balloon with explosive gas and just they're surprised when it explodes and kills everyone. It's like, no, this was going to happen, of course. Like,
It's
he's
literally
aware
like-
Twitter's dead. I think he just wants to stay in the news as long as he can.
I think he's
using it.
just trying to
Make
like
some money
make
back.
the inevitable story of his life more interesting. Like, who the fuck walks in? Who buys a company and then just walks into the board of directors and just goes, "Hey, cunts are fired. I'm going home now."
But I mean, that's so
That guy.
unimaginative. Think of the stuff you could do with that much money. It's
Exactly.
just crazier. Just build, what did they do in Egypt? You build a fucking statue of yourself as high as you goddamn can with just human labor. Imagine the statue Elon Musk could build himself. By the airspace and he could build a 7,000-foot platinum statue with his just blow 80% of his money on it. Boom, you know how famous you'll be? It's like, yeah, this is
And that's
6
forever.
times bigger than the Jesus in Rio de
And
Janeiro.
you're just going to have this huge Elon
The
statue that
equivalent-
everyone's just going to look at like, what the fuck's that?
The equivalent of Elon Musk buying Twitter is the equivalent of us as a collective podcast buying Bebo.
Yeah, Bebo's gone.
That's a good idea, bro.
Maybe I'm sure you could get it for a few
Twitter is a
bucks.
fucking it's a dying
Bring back
fucking
Bebo.
platform, man. No kids want to fucking read anymore. Kids are the only people that are fucking like going through their phone like 8 hours a fucking day.
Yeah, I mean, I
Question
just
mark?
got Twitter to see when Trump was president because I wanted to see the stuff straight from the horse's mouth.
That's it.
Because that was all the news ever. It was just, Trump tweeted this today. But that, I never really used it that much.
I definitely use social media more when Trump was in power. Just purely for the fact that like you knew something chaotic was going to be happening when you opened your phone. You knew it.
Yeah,
It was fucking
there's some
guaranteed.
news. It's like, we all going to World War III today?
Yeah.
Because he insulted, I don't know, the entire nation of Iran again or whatever. Like,
It was literally like nearly
he
all the
pissed
time
off
there'd be shit
Pakistan and
happening.
India.
Like every day, yeah, there was a while where Trump was in where you're like, fuck, like we're probably going to World War III soon, eh?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was, I mean, it's fact. There was always something happening. He shut down the government for a few months because they wouldn't build his wall. The longer than the American government has ever been shut down.
Dude
Like,
loves walls,
that
eh?
was some news. Be like, America's government doesn't exist for the next week. They're not, it's empty. They're not going to work.
Just
Because they shut
estimate,
it
Mom.
down.
How many walls do you reckon he has in his house?
Well, he makes them out of gold, so it's gonna, he's not really as rich as maybe he's got money now, whatever dark money he made us
Yeah.
the most powerful man in the world. But
Black.
he didn't really have money before that. Like,
Nah, well, he was doing them
He had assets, but
dodgy ass
I think,
TV shows to make fucking money.
massively overvalued and stuff.
He's
But,
just a showman.
Yeah,
My
I mean,
guess,
it was
I
funny, but
reckon-
it's crazy.
Two-story house, I reckon 57 walls.
I mean, he couldn't get the idea of building a wall around Mexico was just the dumbest thing ever. Anyway, you can't. It's like the Great Wall of China would be dwarfed by
but
that
my
level of
favorite-
engineering, and he's
My-
going, I'm going to do it in a year before I get kicked out. Dude, fucked. You're going to get 1% done at
He
most.
fucking shat on his own idea in a fucking rally. He was at a rally and he's talking about, am I going to build a wall? And there's going to be no way for him to get over it. And then he just stops for a second and he goes, maybe ladders. And then just moves on to the next point.
Yeah,
Just like,
100%.
he ruins his point straight away. Like, yeah, ladders will get over the wall. Like,
Yeah, and you go, I have no way of getting down. He's like, rope.
Yeah.
that's it.
Like, he just,
Ladders
yeah,
and a
this is
rope.
dumb. But again, he didn't give a fuck about anything he was saying. It's just because someone offered him enough money or protection, like political protection, to say, the wall.
yeah.
Like the crazy, I don't know, who's the gun people in America? NRA.
The NRA, yeah.
The
Like,
NRMA.
whoever hates immigrants the most in America and wants to shoot them.
Yeah, I feel like the NRMA carries.
NRA.
I feel like they carry, bro. It's like over in Australia, you gotta be careful, bro. You fucking end up out in some fucking streets of Campbelltown, bro. You gotta have a piece on you.
Watch out for the NRMA. Those yellow sirens flashing. You
Do you
better watch
see,
your ass.
if you see that ute coming at you, boy, Get the fuck out of
Like
town.
blue and white station wagons, not
What?
the ones you don't want to see. The
You
ones
never
you
see 'em-
really don't want to see.
You never see him open the right side of that trunk, do you? That's all the hardware, the real hardware.
Shotguns. My butthole that shoots rockets. Bro, there's so many things in the back of them utes, man, I'm telling you.
Like, can you imagine if the NRMA was like just a mafia that like forced car repairs on you rather than like
they got a
helping?
racket, a protection racket. It's a nice car. Show me something were to happen to it. It's just fucking ram you off the road. Oh, you need
got there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I
what
can see
happened
it
if I
happening.
did this? And he just throws it in the river.
Now shout out the RMA. They're
Fuck,
good.
man.
They help me out.
100% shout out the NRMA. If you want to hit your boys up, maybe we'll do a little ad read for you or something. I don't know.
Speaking of
NRMA. Now.
speaking of slight crime, is there a way that you can tell your story from the other night without like implicating yourself to Mont here?
Did I implicate myself the other day?
Just don't mention where we live, what company you got it from, what age the dude was, what he looked like, and I think we're good.
I think I got it.
Let's hit it.
So the guy in the place, he gave me some stuff. It was really good.
Oh, it's not that. It's not that low key.
It is literally the opposite of that.
Okay.
Like,
I went to get a little pizza the other night, Mont. It was just a little peckish. Fucking ordered online. Paid
Okay.
by my card. Got it delivered to my house. Like, I was like, fuck it, I don't have
Love
to
a
go
good
anywhere. Wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, Mont. I wouldn't fucking know. I ordered this pizza at about 7. At about, I don't know, way past the point that my pizza should have been at my house, it started getting made.
It should be half digested by then.
Yeah, well, it started getting made. So I'd waited like over an hour for a pizza to start getting made. It went through the oven. That was a pretty like smooth process. Like it went through the oven. That's timed. Like they did real fucking well using a bit of fucking machinery. It was top tier. So so yeah, it went through the oven, came out of the oven. You'd expect like, you know, probably come out of the oven, go into the driver's hands. Not the case. Not the case that there. Not the case at all. It went out of the oven and just sat somewhere for like 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, something like that. This pizza, bro, I ordered it at 7 o'clock. This pizza rocks up at my house at 9:15. And by this time, I'm not even fucking hungry anymore. I'm angry. I smoked way too much. So I was just super thirsty. And there was like not much drink in the house. I didn't, like the whole point of
You
getting
needed that
delivery.
delicious hydrating pizza. Yeah.
Oh, like I got a drink with it and shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But you know, the whole point of like getting delivery was like not leaving the fucking house.
Yeah.
This motherfucker rocks up at 9:15, all chirpy and happy, bro. And I'm by this point, I don't like staying up past 9 o'clock. I go to bed pretty early, so I'm fucking angry. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm just fucking had enough. And this motherfucker rocks up all chirpy, like, "Hey, how's your night been, mate?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Yeah, it would have been fucking heaps better if I got my pizza like fucking an hour ago when I should have got it."
Mm.
And he was like, "Oh, is it that long ago?" Asked me what the time was. For one, you've got a fucking car that you just drove to my house in. You have the time in it.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
You have an app open that tells you where to deliver
Yeah.
it, presumably, or something like that.
It's 9 something, kind of like, you know, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Hands me these pizzas with the garlic bread on top. You can tell it's just fucking not hot anymore. It's like barely warm.
Fucking hell.
I'm like, oh well, I can just heat these up tomorrow when I'm hungry in the oven. I'll just get my drink. It'll be alright, you know? Like it's okay. Like it's worse. This motherfucker's just like, did think about your drink. It's like, forgot it. I'll have to go back to the shop and get it, and I'll be about half an hour and I could be back. And I was like, by this time I'd fucking just had enough, so I like slammed my door and then like kind of took like a step inside, and I was like, nah. So I went back outside. Pretty much went in front of the car to his door. I was like, look, this is what we're gonna do. I'm like, you're gonna fucking take this shit back to the shop and bring me my fucking money back, eh? Because like, fuck this, man. It's like unacceptable. And he was like, yeah, like pretty scared, you could tell. But before this, I got like pretty aggressive.
Mm.
Then I like checked myself on it. I'm like, fucking getting super aggressive, and it's like not his fault entirely. Like he's just a driver. So like full kind of calmed down a little bit. I'm like, you know, sorry. Yeah, and then I pretty much just went out. Told him like I'm gonna get my fucking money back.
Mm.
And he like pulls his wallet out.
But yeah,
asked me, he's like, oh,
whatever you want, man.
do you have any change? I'm like,
You just reimburse me. I'll tell you, Buzz, you owe me $25 or whatever. I don't know. Fuck.
well, I don't know if that's what happened. I would like to maybe find out, but yeah, I went in and got change for him, just whatever I found, $4, I think was the chings. He gave me a $50 note out of his wallet.
Yeah.
And then at first I was just like, oh yeah, he'll just go get it out of the till. That's what I'd do. I'd just go straight back to the shop, take $50 out of the till.
Yeah.
Like 100 fucking percent.
He returned it. I was slow on the desk and be like,
Yeah.
you didn't want the pizza. I paid him out of my pocket. Get my money back.
Well, I don't like. That's what I thought would have happened. But then I spoke to like my mate on Xbox, and he was just like, "No, you just like robbed that kid." He's like,
I mean, you gave back the pizza. I think if you kept the pizza, it's robbery. That's more like an aggressive exchange.
This is the point that
an
he
aggressive
made.
reimbursement.
This is the point that he made on the podcast. He was like, "But you got the pizza back."
Yeah.
I was like,
you get the pizza, that's robbery.
I was
Did you
like,
get the pizza back?
What's it for that
100%.
guy?
You're good. You didn't.
well, like
You just refused delivery.
the way I see
Okay,
it
well,
is
so
like
we
it
have
goes,
one here to
it goes
resolve
two
technicality.
ways. It goes two ways in my head. I pay $50 for a shitty pizza that I didn't fuck up the order, or they pay $50 for a shitty pizza that they did fuck the order up.
Well, because he had the option to go back in time you reimburse him because he didn't take
Yeah,
the pizza.
There is more to the story.
Well, it was either like he go to the shop, get me my fucking money, bring it back straight away, or I was just gonna go to the shop, which is like the option no one involved like wanted.
You're already pissed off. You didn't want to go out.
I would
It's
have
2 hours later.
bro. I would have went and fucking torched that fucking place, bro. I was so hungry and mad.
What happened the next day?
Looked at my bank, fucking $50 is back in there.
True. Yeah. Then
So I'm
that's
up 50.
that's just a kid nervous guy making a mistake. Then because
Yeah, I guess.
I'm on your side because he offered the money. You didn't rip it out of his wallet.
No, I didn't like hold him down and take his wallet.
No,
out.
you just
He-
said I want my money back, which
he
is fair
very
enough.
shakily like.
Yeah.
He like very shakily took his money out.
Because if it was a menu logo or whatever, like they'll just pay you a gift card worth more or whatever. I've
Yeah.
had that happen. So it's better for the business to get back the cold pizza from 2 hours later because they could check that. They go, well, his order came in at 7.
Yeah.
What time did this all happen, David, or whatever? Fucking, what's happening? And the boss, I'm sure, would be happy to spend $50 to know.
Well, let's take
Someone's
him-
waiting 2 hours for a goddamn cold pizza without a drink.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's,
awesome.
worth the $50 to
But
them.
let's
If
take a
their boss
moment.
wants to fucking argue, he can come fucking ask me about the order.
Hey, we'll give the address out in a personal message, and you can fucking come talk about it.
Because literally, if it was like not this like little dude who like was pretty innocent and chill, I would have fucking launched them pizzas at their fucking head. Like if it was just some arrogant fuck,
But
it would have went
comes
real bad.
This is all full circle because it comes back into what we were talking about before with personal
come back?
accountability.
Do you ever know? Do you know
Do I know?
If,
I know
like-
some things.
Kim Kardashian actually got commented back in that video?
I mean, I think she would have charged a lot more for people to see it. If that was the case. That's going to be next year's drop. You know, waiting for like.
Next year's video.
They should release it for free, right? Like it was just a viral video. You're not doing that stuff for free.
Giving an actual opinion.
I mean, that's those two worlds are very much blended. Like
That's actually a
pornography
good
and
point.
actual,
Oh, it's beautiful.
like just
Beautiful
actual
point.
celebrities. Like they're getting ever more entangled. So basically, we're just going to see straight up porn and movies coming out because whatever.
I'm just throwing it out there. I seen an article, I was reading it the other day, that like a bit of cum splashed off, hit a wall, kind of like bounced off, hit the roof, fell back.
That's a
and
fancy cum.
yeah, it was nuts. It hit her in the back and actually gave her whiplash.
Oh, that's why her back's like that.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
It's not because of the 40 pounds of silicon rammed into
no,
her
that's why she's got a massive ass, bro. It's because she like hit
It's
her right in
just
that bit of the back.
She's
It
got
pulled out.
spina bifida or whatever. Something.
I
But
love that.
anyway, before
love
I
that.
made my usual weekly slip up,
You did slip up.
fuck me. It plays back into what we were talking about before with the whole concept of accountability. That dude, regardless of whether he said he like obviously was a little bit intimidated by the situation, but he was just like, oh well, we fucked up, so I'm gonna give this guy $50. Like you said, we don't know whether he got it back at the other end of the
I
fucking.
hope he did. He was a pretty chill dude. But you know, Merry Christmas to that kid.
Merry Christmas to all.
I mean, to that kid.
To everyone.
Nah, fuck everyone else.
Just
that one dude.
Merry Christmas to anybody watching, and then a few specific people outside of that, and then anybody else can literally get fucked. Like, that's the opinion that I'm taking into the new year.
My shout out.
I'm sure
just
getting
goes out
fucked
to
a
that
lot
kid.
of people want for Christmas. It's the first on the list.
But no, yeah, that kid, had good self accountability. He was just like, this isn't this dude's fucking problem.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he did get back into his car at the end after he gave me the money, and he was like, "Fuck."
He'll learn next time. Don't hand him the money. The business will reimburse him because
Which they did.
mistake he spent
Which they did.
$50 on.
I mean, I'm at Fitty for a fucking pizza. I obviously didn't get to eat,
Yeah,
which I was disappointed
that's a
about.
reimbursement for your 2 hours of waiting for your pizza.
Mm.
Like that's you got $25 an hour. That's reasonable.
Yeah,
I'll pizza now.
I can tell you where not to get it from. Fuck me sideways.
Have you had crust? Pretty
Oh,
good. It's pretty good.
Dude, crust
I like crust.
is shit, bro. Crust is fire.
It's like, for a chain one, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, no, that's fine. I do enjoy crust. I had it like years ago.
Mm.
Yeah.
Really interesting ingredients too. Like you get like
only ever-
bruschetta and like
I've only ever seen them in the city and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's more around. I mean, you get them in Western Sydney and stuff more,
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah, they're like a bit more fancy pizza place.
Yeah, I
there.
think they're popping up everywhere. Yeah, but they're not that much more expensive than getting. I mean, unless you're getting
No.
Domino's, like bottom of the barrel $5 value pizzas or whatever. Like you get a
Ugh.
normal pizza for that sets you back like $16, $17. But these are like I don't know, $28.
And sometimes
for the
your
same
fucking
size.
pizzas they just don't even fucking show up
Yeah,
for 2 fucking hours, bro.
I believe that one. How long
And then you
have we
gotta
been
rob
going
the
for?
man.
Yeah, fuck Domino's.
How long have we been going for?
Hour and 1 minute.
Not bad. I'm just trying to like have a look at some other topics here and see what else we can roll into. What do you guys think about?
I love it.
People
Personally,
People that want to
Fucking
overthrow. All right, I wrote this down here a couple of weeks ago. People that want to overthrow governments are like the pinnacle of insane, right? In the sense that you look at people that like get into conspiracy theories and all right, and like I can understand that because conspiracy theories are obviously based in some form of truth somewhere that's just been distorted through the like how stuff just like it's the concept of Chinese whispers. Like a message gets distorted when it gets through 10 people. Like, even if there's like a nugget of truth in a conspiracy theory, it's going to be completely distorted and blown out of proportion. And no, I'm alright. What was I saying?
Well,
Lost my
I do
point.
agree that
I'm drinking too much
the
today.
more information there
it's
is,
the holidays. Fuck yous.
the more bad information there is about any topic. I mean, if we're just talking about conspiracy theories and just like
Right, so
anyone can
that
write
made me
anything
remember
they
what I
want.
was saying. So people like that are that deep into conspiracy theories that are also like on Facebook organizing people to be like, no, we'll go here to Parliament House and we'll fucking overthrow the government and shit like that. And like, not to say that like you can't do little bits of damage, as was evidenced by like the Capitol building attack in America, which was like last year, January 6th or whatever the fuck it was. That whole thing that Trump incited
Yeah.
and got
I
prosecuted
mean,
for.
if we're just talking symbolic damage there, though. Like a couple people died. If we're talking literally overthrowing the government, as in a coup, so yeah, I'll let you finish.
My point is, regular people that believe that they can do that are the pinnacle of insane because it's just like, you're just going to disappear.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and try.
Yeah.
You go run into Area 51. You're so
Yeah.
convinced there's an alien in there. But if you're just crazy, I mean, trying to overthrow McDonald's might be crazier. If we're just talking like the scale to which crazy can get,
Yeah, like
there's less information that McDonald's wants to kill you than the FBI.
Like, don't get me
So
wrong.
that's
I'm not,
less crazy. You know?
I'm not saying that like some oligarch can't like overthrow somebody like Vladimir Putin or something. Somebody that has like millions of dollars in political
Well, that's
power
what
and
he
shit
did.
like that. Exactly.
So,
But just more of the like the people that are just like that whole Occupy Australia movement or whatever the fuck was going on, where all those dickheads went down to Canberra, and you still see people with those fucking flags every now and then getting around on their car.
well,
You
that's
seen it?
just,
It's
they
like
were
that
just trying
red
to be.
flag with a weird
That
cross
was all
on
a
top
Wall
of it and
Street
shit.
thing anyway. That's just kind of sad to try and do that in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, if you get, yeah, sure, we have plenty of corruption. Just look at the real estate industry in Australia, or all the stuff going on with Clubs New South Wales and the money
Mhm.
laundering. Yeah, but we're not America. Like, it's not to the same level. And just come up with your own thing. It's just a bit uncreative, uninventive.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like you just I don't know, just tagging along with American stuff. Let's have our own revolution. I don't know. What are we pissed off about? Real estate agents. Let's string them up. I don't know. You know?
The fucking decision that Gabe Rosado got flogged with, that's what I think Australia should stand up and fight against. It was...
Weren't you going to show something, Mont,
was
vaguely quite related?
Yeah. That was the thing that I wanted to do.
So maybe we should end the show on that. Get his because it's nice to have a layman's opinion on something. I don't even know what you're going to show him. Would you like to explain it to me, or have I seen it?
No.
Or are you just going to show it to me as well? We're just going to sort of sit here in the fucking...
I think we're just going to sit here for a moment in silence while I just think about the best way to do this.
Just meditate for a moment.
Did you pause?
No. If we can just take a moment of silence, boys, and just really appreciate Bob Marley in the corner there.
Well, while we're waiting, why don't you quickly explain to people, Mont, how the pictures actually work?
Well, to them it probably just looks like a picture. Without lifting it off the wall, I can't show them that it is. I can't remember what it's called. That when it
moves.
Wait, yeah, it's a hologram, but there's a specific industry name for it.
Oh, no.
But you were saying
it's basically small plastic triangles, like prisms, spread across the paper very close together. And they printed an angle on the different surfaces. So think of like a pyramid. So when you look at one side, you're just seeing this surface of the tiny plastic pyramids with whatever image.
Do you think pyramids were made of the same material?
Pyramids were made of the blood of slaves, as far as I understand it.
Okay, I want to get your opinion on something before we go too much further. What do you think about aliens being the one that made pyramids?
Well, okay, speaking of pyramids, you know that Aztec one? And there's the whole mystery. It's like, how is it so perfectly built that it's the shadow on the winter solstice does this perfect, like shadowed, checkered mark down the line of the wall? That was just rebuilt in the 20s. I just watched a little mini YouTube documentary. It's the most famous. It was named one of the new wonders of the world. It's this whole massive tourist trap thing. It was just a pile of rocks. You can see photos from it from the 20s, and one guy tried to build it perfectly. He was like, first, the government got a guy to be like, I'm only using stones from the site. We're only going to build it exactly how we understand what it had been. And then it was just taking too long, and it didn't look very good. So the guy's like, nah, fuck it. We'll just lay new slabs. So it's just modern engineering is why it looks like that. It's not an ancient mystery that it's this perfect still. But I mean, the Egyptian ones are pretty cool. But like, I'd be more interested to see them when they still had with this gold on the outside or some copper. Had some kind of metal coating, and the cap was like gold, like a gold. Yeah, so they're still there, but they're not in their original glory.
Right.
The Taj Mahal's pretty cool. Like, if you just want to look at cool things people have built, that's all marble. And he built it for his dead wife, I believe, as a monument. And his original plan was to build himself an exact copy of it across the river, made of black marble. So fuck, I wish you finished that. That'd be double your money for the Taj Mahal. But it's cool. It's just lots of cool buildings. So I don't think any aliens had anything to do with the pyramids. But yes, it was 4,000 years ago. Whatever. Like people do stuff. Yeah, I mean, why would they do it?
You've delved in a bit of DMT, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to a few aliens. They didn't mention anything about building pyramids.
Oh well, I witnessed them on DMT build them.
Ah, true.
And then I read into studies afterwards of just like how it would take lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes to lift that shit and get it into positions and shit.
Yeah, I mean, they built it over a long period of time. But yeah, I don't know. But I wasn't there 4,000 years ago. I mean,
I wasn't there either, but I was somewhere. I don't know where. I was in my brother's lounge room, but I was
in the
somewhere.
Spectral plane viewing.
Yeah, I just got to watch them get made.
Yeah,
dude, they were so fast at making them. Fuck, taking.
We pissed off the aliens. They're sending us a message.
Yeah, I don't think we should talk about them anymore.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, probably.
Look at your opinion, Mon. You just watch.
Give us a butcher's.
So what is he watching now?
He's watching UFC stare down. It's Mika Krokop versus Vanderlei Silva.
I know what you're talking about.
But I just want to get your opinion on the actual stare down one, because coming from someone that doesn't really watch much fighting, I feel like it'd be interesting.
I'm interested to see what question you're going to ask him in relation to it. Is it the
Looks
stare down before they fall, right?
Gum. The guy on the left
before the
is
fight.
chewing gum. The other guy's pretty amped up. Yeah, I don't know any of these guys.
So the guy standing there chewing gum.
Yeah, he's chewing. Either he's grinding his jaw. He's
Probably
gonna have some
grinding his
dental
jaw. He's
dental issues.
He was before he was a fighter. He was in where's he from? Mika Krokop.
Chechnya or something.
Yeah, well, he's in the special
Croatia.
forces.
I wouldn't
Croatia.
want to be in either of those guys' faces.
Well, like the dude that was like chewing his jaw was like from the elite forces of his country
Oh, okay.
before he went to fighting.
Yeah, true.
And pretty much like he was like real fucking high level and like had like just killed people with his bare hands and shit.
But
And he
makes a
went
lot
in-
more money now doing that.
He's retired now. He's
yeah.
pretty old now, I think. He's like
That's true.
late 40s now, kind of thing. That was probably like 2000 maybe. Yeah.
But I mean, out of industries that would feed into MMA, I can see the military being pretty up there. Like they're all about, extreme discipline and training and, and
Yep.
aggression in some level too, for sure. Like you're there to defend or invade, depending on your political persuasions. I'm sure armies all over the world, people, you're probably a good place to look for MMA fighters.
Well, that was where my question did relate to. Would you think that special elite forces would be like real high level in UFC, boxing, etc.?
Well, I think the style of fighting is so vastly different because it's more about just disabling someone as quickly and efficiently as possible. Which I don't know, Krav Maga. That's a military fighting style, right? Like that started in
That's all
Israeli
about like
army.
vital points.
It's
and
literally
stuff.
just every rule that is a rule that you would break in UFC. That's what they train on.
essentially.
They're like instep, eyeballs, throat,
Yeah.
groin. A fish hook their mouth like that's as quickly as possible. Kill this person, clap their ears, and stomp their head into the. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they fighting on the street or are they fighting in the ring? Because then I think
I reckon Street Fighter.
either
fuck it.
one in their own turf, or if we're talking the best of both. So the best military guy in the world, it's just a one-on-one with the best boxer in the world. You just can say who that is, or MMA guy.
Well, I feel like boxing is a bit different. I reckon MMA, because someone like military trained is going to be trained in jiu-jitsu
And
to some
grappling and
degree.
stuff like that,
Grappling,
yeah.
So let's just say Charles Oliveira versus
John Wick.
a real fucking
John Wick.
John Wick with no gun.
I mean, yeah, he's not military. Oh, he's in the military at some capacity, right?
We'll say John Wick elite level person. No gun.
someone
Who
like
wins in a
that who
street fight.
just kills people for a living. With
that's what he
improvised.
does.
So again, if they're meeting in a bar, I'm going John Wick because he's going to grab a bottle and pop it in their throat. But if they're just an organized fight, for sure the MMA, that's what they swing for a living. Like that's what they would do. They take them down if they have to follow the rules. They're not trained. There's whoever practiced the most at whatever, because they're both at the maximum percentage a person can be, whatever, in fighting, if they're both at the top of their field.
I didn't think of the concept of like, because there's been talk lately of Andrew Tate's came out and said like jiu-jitsu's useless in a street fight. He's not wrong to a certain degree. If me and you go into a room, not me and you, like we're not gonna fucking do that, but like two people go into a room and like one person just knows how to box, the other person's real high level jiu-jitsu. 9 times out of 10, the jiu-jitsu guy is gonna be like victorious.
Yeah.
Because he's just gonna get a hold of the boxer and just like strangle him somehow.
But yeah, I mean, the real world's such a nebulous concept because there's so many variables you can't account for. Again, like a big glass stein on the counter next to you. It doesn't matter who is trained in what. I might kill a guy who's a jiu-jitsu master if I'm fucking quick enough, and if he's had a few. If I just smack a big glass thing in his head, he might dodge it, but
exactly.
I
There
don't
is way
have
too many
zero
variables.
chance. Where in a ring, I have zero chance. So it's the real world is like
different for sure.
Yeah, it's what Street Fighter? We're talking about an open field of grass that they're both, there's people at a party chanting because it's spring break, or is it on asphalt with cars going past either way, and that one guy trips backwards and gets pancaked?
Oh,
like anything could happen.
I think that might be a good one to end on.
It will be, but I did bring the point. Like I do agree with what Tate was saying to a certain degree, because like say if me and you were walking down the road and some guy tries to jump us, and his first thing is like, I'm in a double leg griff, try to get his back. You're just gonna sock a cunt in the head.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. Who else is around them? Does the crowd hate one guy because they might just be grabbing at him and try to stop him? That's going to throw your game off. Like, are you more of a bastard than the other guy? That could come into it if you're just in a pub, The mob might get involved.
That's a real question to take into the new year. How much of a cunt are you really?
Yeah, take a look at yourself. The New Year's resolution, just take off like 20%. Yeah, try that. Try it.
Well, if I'm taking off 20%, I'd say I'm a fucking 100%, 120% a cunt.
Right, you're 140. Oh, it's still an improvement.
Oh, no, I am 120. I'm going back.
11%.
I'll just be 100% full on.
Oh, it's gone into the negative now. And the dial only goes up. It's stuck and ripped off.
It's broken it.
It's the villain
Mont.
arc.
Thank you for coming in. Chilling.
Thanks for having me,
Hanging.
guys.
Pleasure.
Good to see you. Hopefully this thing.
We love having you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, we fucking do. It's fucking dope.
Socials, Instagram,
socials, there's
TikTok,
some
Twitter,
of them.
Facebook, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, most definitely. Get amongst it, get around it, get fucking on it. Ring the bell.
Get it up, yeah. Hanging out here.
Get a dog up, yeah. And by a dog, we mean this podcast and social media engagement.
We'll be back tomorrow.
We will be back tomorrow.
By the time this goes up, we'll probably be back. Probably tomorrow.
Yeah. That's it. It's going to be a very, yeah.
We'll be back when we're fucking back, alright? Calm
That's it.
down.
You
Stop fucking,
just fucking hold on.
stop yelling at us. Stop fucking yelling at us.
See you next time.
Thank you. No,
Love you, man.
Love you, guys.
Yeah, love you, buddy.
Merry Christmas.